The parliamentary debate on the Finance Bill 2024 and the report by the Finance and Planning Committee was tabled this afternoon for its second reading today ahead of the voting to pass the bill into law. The Kenya Kwanza members of parliament continued to disagree with the opposition on their views regarding the bill, as members of the opposition commended the ongoing demonstrations, while the Kenya Kwanza members of parliament warned that a failure to pass the finance bill would result in a substantial revenue shortfall, as per the recent report from the Treasury.
Amidst the ongoing street protest across the nation in opposition to the Finance Bill 2024, members of parliament embarked on debating the second reading of the Finance Bill 2024 ahead of the afternoon voting session. The Kenya Kwanza legislators were keen on highlighting what they deemed as catastrophic economic setbacks that will be faced by the country if the MPs were to decide to shelve the bill. Speaking on a budgetary perspective, the chairperson of the Budget Committee, Ndindi Nyoro, warned that if MPs failed to pass the bills, various sectors such as the education, defense, and constituency development sectors will face huge budget cuts, as per a report released by the Treasury Cabinet Secretary, Njuguna Ndung'u.
From our side, we believe those who lost their livestock deserve to be compensated. Those who will vote against 1 billion that is going to livestock restocking will explain to our pastoralist, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, also, the monies proposed for reduction for school feeding program is 1.8 billion. On our side, we believe the 1.8 billion is needed to feed the children of this country as they go to our schools, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the political parties, we can all agree in unison. We are proposing a cut of 900 million. I know that is not contentious. We can agree to cut it this afternoon, Honorable Speaker, because we are also prepared for it. Honorable Speaker, there is a proposed cut of 5.5 billion shillings for cash transfer. Our parents who registered last year deserve to get their cash transfer.
The report proposes budget cuts of 7.7 billion for the defense sector and 50 million budget cut for each constituency, effective from the month of July. The employment of 46,000 junior secondary teachers is also set to be cancelled, while the ongoing constituency projects will suffer 800 million budget cut.
Something must give in. If we reduce taxes that are proposed to be the revenue-raising measures to finance the budget that we have adopted, then we must find a way of either reducing expenditure, the expenditure side, because if you don't do so, what you will do is increase the fiscal deficit. It is this House, Honorable Speaker, and I was hoping the Honorable Njuguna Ndung'u had pointed to it, and I see he hadn't, that we passed a debt ceiling in this House. We cannot go beyond that which we have passed in this House. The National Treasury cannot borrow beyond a certain point.
The opposition has meanwhile condemned the arrest and harassment of demonstrators that has seen over 400 demonstrators arrested since Tuesday, despite conducting peaceful protests. They, however, urged Kenyans to continue expressing their disapproval in the Finance Bill 2024. They also voiced their disagreement with the Kenya Kwanza government's stance, stating that the Treasury Cabinet Secretary is not elected by Kenyans and hence cannot direct their decisions. Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi dismissed the proposed budget cuts that will be made if the finance bill does not pass, saying that a supplementary budget is the better solution and not budget cuts.
Around Parliament and in the CBD, very, very peaceful demonstrations by very, very young children who were unarmed throughout the demonstrations. In fact, the police who provoked them and eventually arrested very many of them who were innocent, took them to police stations, they spent the night there, and they were released unconditionally on free bond, Honorable Speaker. So what is it that is occasioning this overzealous approach by the police? Can the speakers direct the Inspector General of Police to withdraw the police officers who have made this parliament to be like a military installation, Honorable Speaker? It is an affront to our democracy for this parliament to be turned into a military installation, Honorable Speaker. First and foremost, the Cabinet Secretary is treading on very slippery grounds and indeed dangerous grounds. First, by purporting to direct the House on what it's supposed to do in its legislative role. Two, is also anticipating debate, because as far as I'm aware, we are still at the stage of debating this bill. It is not the duty of anybody out there to start anticipating how the bill will go.
Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Ian Githuku.